Hey brothers and sisters, this is Elizabeth Marie. Thank you again for coming back to see the things that the Lord has been showing me. And I want to give a very huge, big shout out to all my subscribers who have been helping this ministry, supporting it, and praying for it. I cannot even tell you how much it has ministered to me and how much it has helped me to continue to do the work that the Lord's given me to do through YouTube and through my blog. So thank you again. It really has been a blessing. Now, what the Lord has shown me to bring to you today is something that I actually read. It was actually a video that I saw, an X-clip of what is happening in southeast Idaho. And before I bring that to you to explain what the Lord showed me, for those of you who haven't been following me for a very long time, I want you to know that the Lord, for years and years, actually over 10 years now, He's been warning me about 4 major things that are coming unless the prayer of the saints hold them back. And these 4 things actually correlate to the 4 horses of the apocalypse that you could read about in Revelation 6. These 4 horses, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, they actually are all very interrelated and connected, and they overlap. And not only that, these are the same judgments that the Lord brought upon ancient Israel in the Old Testament. And that is war, famine, and pestilence, and economic collapse. These are the things that the Lord started showing me many years ago, and it wasn't until recently that I actually realized that they correlated to the 4 horses of the apocalypse. So today I want to bring to you one of those things, and that's what the Lord led me to. He led me to a clip, an X clip or Twitter clip, about what's going on, what's happening now in southeast Idaho concerning the farmers and water issues. There are crop failures because there is now a water containment order from the water resources that is actually stopping the watering of the crops so they can grow. Now, I will leave that clip down below in the description box so you can watch it, and I would recommend watching it. And you can do your own research on it as well to see what's going on. But it's very concerning, brothers and sisters, and it definitely is part of what's going on with our food supply and this famine that they're trying to force. While I was watching this video, the Lord, of course, immediately reminded me of so many of the dreams and the visions that I have received concerning the famine that's coming to America. And some of those dreams and visions were actually about potatoes. I know that sounds really strange. And once I started getting them, I was like, Lord, why do you keep showing me things about potatoes? And I heard in the spirit that it was pointing to a famine like the forced potato famine that happened in Ireland, the Irish Great Potato Famine. And if you don't know about that, go do your own research. It's quite fascinating, and it's horrible and terrible as well. And the fact that the Lord led that to me is concerning because, the reason He gives me these things is so I can put these warnings out to all of you so you can be praying, especially those who are intercessory prayer warriors. You need to be doing spiritual warfare against all that's coming against the United States right now and other Western nations as well. So when I got these potato dreams, so to speak, it just seemed very far-fetched back then when I got them. It's like, very unlikely this is going to happen, but I still was faithful to put them out there because, I know the Lord has told me to go ahead even though I don't always understand what I'm receiving. And I did put them out there. I'll put one of those prophetic warnings about food shortages. And again, this will also be in the description box below. And you can read at least one of them that talks about some of the potato dreams that I had. But now these don't seem as far-fetched when we're seeing what's going on, like with the crop failures. It seems like these things are starting to happen like the Lord warned me about. Then I wanted to also share with you, the Lord is still speaking to me about these things. On March of 21st of this year, I woke up to this word. I heard this. I heard bread bowl drought. I'll say it again. Bread bowl drought. Now, I believe that this is in reference to a drought, obviously, that's coming in the heartland or the bread basket of the Midwest. You know, the Midwest is called the bread basket, where the wheat is grown for the bread. And so I believe that this word I got, the bread bowl drought, is pointing to the bread basket land in the Midwest. And this also goes along with what's going on now in Idaho, where they're not allowing the water to the crops, which would, of course, bring a drought for the crops. So this is all interconnected, as you can see. I want to share also the dream that I received this morning when I woke up. Again, it's all related. In this dream, and I got this on the 14th of June, 2024, for those who are listening a little bit later. In this dream, I was outside of a store, and I think I had just come out of the store, but hadn't gotten everything I needed. And it was like a big box store that seemed to carry a little bit of everything, you know, like including food. And all of a sudden, I heard that the store was announcing that the store was closing. And I heard that they are closing at 2:40 p.m. in the middle of the day. And so all of a sudden in my spirit, I'm like, oh no, I didn't get everything I needed. And I felt this pressure to hurry, go back in there and grab some more things. And so I went back to the front doors to get in. And I noticed that there was one of those metal pull-down gates that protect stores, similar to a garage door that pulls down. And this metal pull-down gate was halfway closed. They had already pulled it down, but not all the way. So what I did was I crouched down and kind of crawled underneath to get into the store before it closed completely. And when I did this, I heard someone yell at me, "Hey, you can't do that." And when I heard that was like getting caught for sneaking in there, I guess. I woke up. So this, again, is another dream about a lack of supplies, a lack of food that's coming. I've had several dreams, and I'm not going to share them all here. I'm going to share a couple of them on my newsletter. If you haven't already signed up to my newsletter, please do so, because I put a good majority of my prophecies go in the newsletter. But I've had many dreams in the last couple months about businesses closing down. And this is exactly what this dream was pointing to, because the mesh gate was only half open, so it was in the process of being closed down. Also, I looked up 2:40 p.m. in the afternoon. I did not know what that referenced, but whenever I get either colors in my dream, because I usually don't dream unless if there's a color, the Lord will show it to me, or a number. And the number he showed me was 2:40, and I believe that he was trying to show me 24. So I looked up 24 in the concordance, in the Greek concordance, and I found out what it meant. And actually, you know what? I'm going to have to go ahead and I'll put that in my blog, because it's, as I'm looking at my notes, it's not in my notes. If you hang in there, let me see if I can find it real quickly. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so here's what it means. Sorry about that. 24 means indignation, irritation, and vexation. I'll say it again, indignation, irritation, vexation. So, of course, that is what comes when we have a shortage of supplies. That's what comes with food shortages as well. All right, brothers and sisters, well, that's all I want to bring to you today. I believe this is another call for God's people to be prepared both physically and spiritually. Very, very important right now that you think about these things of how you're going to take care of yourself, how you take care of your family for what is coming. Pray about it and let the Lord lead and guide you. He will show you what to do. Also, saints, I'm calling on you to flood the gates of heaven with petitions and prayers right now, because we are, the enemy is upping his game, as we all know. He has a terrible agenda for the United States, as well as many parts of the world, the Western world especially. However, he underestimates the power that has been given to the true believers in Jesus Christ. So we are now the Lord's going to give us that power that we need, brothers and sisters, and the wisdom and the discernment as we face these days ahead. We will come together in the Spirit, and we are all one body. Jesus Christ is our head, and He will protect us and take care of us. So stay strong. Rely on the Lord and ask Him to keep you under the shadow of His wings.